another big thing in the media with Biden as far as he had the what is
When he
it,
fell
the
up the steps.
well, that too, but that was last week. Migrant detention facilities under the
Oh,
Biden administration, they released a video.
Wait, are you
And
referring to the Trump cages?
nah, all cages.
The Trump cages,
Mm.
or what did Obama call them? Detention center?
Detention center.
Mm.
Is that
so
the
you
same
want
thing or is it different?
you
You
want
want the
smoke
smoke
today
today.
too?
Yeah, you
Okay,
want the smoke today.
okay. The quiet dude wants to smoke today. Okay,
You know how
Right.
it is. You know what they say. You got to watch out for the quiet ones. But
Yeah, so they released this video, and then a lot of criticism. What's his
Right.
dude's name? Sean King.
yeah.
He
Mhm.
had
Next,
yeah. Or they call Martin Luther Cream.
Martin Luther Cream. You know what I
Yeah.
mean?
Yo,
So they
pause, bro.
Ah!
Martin Luther King, no homo. You know what I'm talking about?
Yo, this dude fit right in. This
Hey, yo,
dude fit right
continue,
in.
bro.
Yo, we gonna have you
Excuse me, bro.
monthly
Excuse
now,
me.
bro.
Continue, please. You were saying about the guy you want to cream? Or what was it?
No,
What were you saying? Just continue, bro.
this dude twist his words.
I
Wow.
don't know, bro. I just be listening, bro. Come on.
But yeah, so they had released the video, and when the video dropped, people were criticizing him. So yeah, what did any of y'all see the video, and what are y'all thoughts on that?
Man, this is like every year. It's a whole thing, bro. So I mean, last year it was in McAllen, you know what I mean, which is where I stay. Now it's in Donna, which is like 10 minutes down the street. You know what I mean? So it's like every other month, these things are getting packed out. You know what I'm saying? No matter, regardless of any administration that's in the office.
Right.
So it's like, bro, that's another, again, bro, going into another thing, bro. Like, you know what I'm saying? We're having two sides of the extremes right now where it's like, keep them open, close them up. You know what I'm saying? And bro, like, but
Yeah.
these kids are still like going through it, bro.
Yeah.
Just because, the system isn't working like a well-oiled machine, bro. Like, I don't know. What do you guys think is the next step as far as like, trying to heal something that's very broken within our country?
That's wild, man.
I think
It's tough.
They need to admit the process isn't working.
Right.
That's true. Yeah, because they didn't want to, like they were saying, they didn't want to call it a crisis, which is like,
Right.
all right, it's made to withhold this amount, you know what I'm saying? But, we don't have that capacity yet. So like, it has to be like over capacity for it to be a crisis. There's like thousands of kids here, and I say here because they're literally here, you know what I mean? Being like held like freaking animals, bro. Not even the pound that we have here is like that, bro. Because that's where I got my dog from. You know what I'm saying? It's sad to say, but it's a lot nicer, but
Now you in Texas, right?
Texas, bro.
Yeah.
So you're right there. Like you
That's what he said.
I'm literally
right there.
Jeez,
I'm
yeah,
literally right by where they were interviewing, Donna, Texas. I'm right down the street. So I can go if you guys want to go. I mean, that's fine. But, like for real,
go for a tour.
You want to go see it? Nah, but
I mean,
no
my
bro.
thing is always that, for example, with Trump, it was these kids are in cages. These kids are in cages. You're not doing anything. All this other stuff. But in the media, when it came to Biden, there's not that same energy. Now, granted, with Sean, it was interesting that he mentioned it to say, that, with Biden, how come he's not addressing it? This is a crisis, all this other stuff, where he's not a person who's kind of keeps the same energy when it came to Trump. So that part was interesting to me.
Right, when it's the same situation, but they just given
the
it
same exact situation.
Yeah, I hear you. I hear you.
Yeah.
I mean, sorry. So what's different at all? I didn't really get the whole scoop. Where are these kids headed to from this? I heard that some were heading to foster homes, some are heading to be reunited with their parents. Does that mean they're being deported? Or does that mean they're gonna find like their family that's here in America? Do y'all know?
I think it really depends because they have to be able to prove that they're family members. So some people, they get like it's like a summons to appear in court, right? So they got to come back to like immigration court. And some people get kicked out to like other facilities as well. The crazy thing is like nothing has really changed in the last 3 administrations. Like this is an ongoing problem. We give money to Obama gave money to Mexico so they could secure their borders. Trump gave money to Guatemala and El Salvador so they can secure their borders, right? But the numbers have pretty much been steady. I think the numbers that I saw was during the Obama administration, the highest was like 12 million. And under Trump, it was like 11.3 or something like that. People coming here, so it hasn't changed much. Like these people are still coming, so we have to figure another approach because we give in millions and millions of dollars. Not only are we giving millions and millions of dollars to all these countries for them to secure their borders so that they can kind of get it before it becomes a problem or before it's at our doorstep, I should say. But like Trump just spent like $11 billion on a wall that was supposed to stop all of this. Yeah. And it obviously hasn't, Yeah. And I think that, we're not, because of politics, we're not having a real conversation about finding a solution for something like this,
Yeah, man. Honestly, like we can actually see the wall. It's not even a wall. Wow. It's funny. But like it does nothing, bro, because it's not like the places where he built it, that's not where they're coming from in the first place. You know what I'm saying?
I was
like,
that was like, crazy because I was reading that he was so at first I got the impression that he was going to build the whole wall like across Texas to California, like all the way across, and then I read that it was only like a couple hundred feet. I think it was like 400. And then
he acts like if they're all rushing
that one spot
like
and then
zombies, you know what I mean? But no, they're like
was it World War Z?
Yeah, like two of my homies actually, sorry to interrupt, two of my homies actually got deported, like, I'm not gonna say their names,
sure,
like a few months ago, bro, and they were just like, yo, send money, bro. And so like everybody donated and then they were back like the next week.
Wow.
Bro, like you think these guys are jumping a wall? Like, nah, bro, that's not how it works. Right. If we're being real about it. But I mean, honestly, I think the thing is we need to just make ourselves look worse. People come to America thinking it's so good. I mean, we got to make ourselves look like crap.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
That's a good way to say it.
just put my man Jimmy here as like the poster boy. I think they'll
be like, yo, I don't want to come.
I'll pass, bro. I'll make a left.
Man, I'll definitely be that poster child, man. You know what I'm saying? Like my family crossed 3 borders to get here. You know what I mean?
Let's go.
So it wasn't just Mexico. You know what I'm saying? We crossed a couple borders to get here. And now we're here. You know what I mean?
Where'd you come from?
El Salvador.
El Salvador. That's crazy. Yeah. I'll come from Nuevo León. This is right here.
Yeah, it's right there. Just right there.
Right here. Yeah,
you guys just walk. Just walk.
Yeah, I asked for money and now I'm here.
He did a GoFundMe.
Well, someone just left. Leon left a comment. He said, "My God, 350 got connects. So you got that connect, huh?"
Mm-hmm. I'm saying if you get stuck somewhere,
you got the pollero connect.
The coyote, bro. That's what they call them. They call them coyotes. Oh, actually, Trump did say something about.
He did.
He called them coyotes, and everybody's like, "How are coyotes doing this?" And like,
I saw that on Twitter.
All the smart people were like, "Oh, this guy's really talking about coyotes, man. What a stupid
memes,
old man." Yeah. And I'm like, he kind of knows what he's talking about when it comes to that. But you know what I'm saying, or his informants, whatever. You know what I'm saying? Because the people down here, they obviously know what they're doing.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? But it's true. They're coyotes. Those are the people that you pay.
Yeah. So I've heard that people got to pay like hundreds and thousands of dollars. Is that true?
I was just gonna ask. I was just gonna tell you a story.
I mean, I'll plead the fifth on that. Go ahead.
So I know of somebody that I asked him a question like, what how much does this stuff cost? Like, because I personally I thought it was a couple $1,000s. He told me no, it's almost like 20 G's, depending where you're coming from.
It depends where you're coming from, yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, 20 G's per person. And then I was like, but what if you don't make it? Like if you get deported or whatever, like you got to pay another 20 G's? Yep. And they're like, no, from there on, it's like, like 5 or 6 G's. And I was like, wow, people risk
there's payment plans.
Lot. I mean,
payment packages.
Yeah. Oh, he was telling me that in Colombia, the cartel. Now I don't know if this is true or not, but this is what he was telling me. The cartel does like sort of like a payment plan, but they
They got
take control.
financing, bro.
Yeah. They take control of your land or your house or whatever, and you got to send in that money on time. If you miss one payment or it's late, then they take over your land, or your family's land, whatever you have.
Hey, yeah, that's crazy, bro. That kind of
pretty
sounds like
wild.
Wells Fargo to me.
Payday loan.
Hey, I didn't know CEO is freaking Pablo Escobar on the freaking thing. Hey,
Yeah,
go get my money.
the number I heard is around $5,000,
That's
right?
From Mexico?
And
That's closer to it, yeah.
yeah. Well, no, from El Salvador.
Oh,
Wow,
word.
that's cheap.
$5,000. Yeah.
That's cheap.
But
That's
the
cheap
problem is
flight.
that sometimes when you get there, dudes are like, nah, we want more money. You know? Like we want
So he's trying to extort
another.
you.
Yeah. So that's the risk that you kind of run as well, you know.
Yeah, because you're running with
Or sometimes
sketchy
they
people.
or sometimes they just leave you like out in the desert and you got to figure it out, you know.
Wow.
Wow, that's
like that.
crazy.
It's like that to the kids, bro.
Yeah.
Yeah, they'll just hold them, or they just throw them away, or God forbid
Yeah.
something worse.
Yeah.
But yeah,
Wow.
That's wild.
but it's super.
Yeah.
It's like a super normal thing, honestly. Like this is happening like right now as we speak.
Right.
A deal is going on. Someone's writing a check. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Yep.
And that Bitcoin.
Yes, sir. NFTs, bro.
NFTs.
NFT across the border.
Yes,
Hey.
ski.
So I was hearing that the reason why
That's gonna be a bar on 350's next song. Watch.
Uh-huh.
I was hearing that the reason why these detention centers open was because of just the overflow of immigrants trying to get in. So so it wasn't initially it wasn't supposed to be open, but it had to be open because they just didn't have any more space. And now that Biden has been a little more lenient, as they're trying to say, with immigration, you know what I mean? People feel like, oh well, it's time to go to America now. You know what I'm saying?
Do you know what they mean? Do you know what they mean when they say like he's being a little more lenient? Like, because I know MAGA say that a lot, like, oh, people are coming because Biden's president, whatever. But like, what has he done? Because we talked about like all the money that we give in all these different countries, right? And we talked about how much was spent on the border wall. So I imagine like the country would be pretty secure, right? So like, what has he done to, like, did he like tear down some border wall, or he called Mexico and told him, hey, you know what, just go ahead and let them people in, like, we're cool, we're not tripping, like, what exactly has he done? Because I hear that a lot, but I really don't know.
To the best of my knowledge, from what I've heard, it's more so along the lines of like the process of it being getting approved, if you get me. So if you're doing it the right way, then if you're looking for asylum the right way,
that makes sense.
So
that makes sense because I think Honduras, a lot of people from Honduras come here because they get asylum. Yeah, they get asylum.
Right. So it's like, I mean, if you're doing it the wrong way, I mean, there's not really. That's why I think that's kind of like the idea that you're saying, like, yo, just let them through. Like they're really trying to take account for like each and every one of them that are trying to do it right. And as like for Trump, there's a big thing, like especially in my city where we had like hotels in McAllen, like they had like Hampton Inns and stuff with FBI agents or just federal agents, just holding people there that they were gonna send back. You know what I mean? Because they're not according to the administration, they're not like giving them any help, if you get me. So and that was a big protest. I think it was in the middle of COVID, so it wasn't that long ago. But from what I hear now, obviously I could be wrong, but it's like, they're just like, I mean, we'll approve you. You need help, we'll help you out, kind of deal. Rather than last year when it was
because we heard last year that Trump was on some go to people's cribs and take them out, like
pulling them out. That happened to a few people that I know. It's just devastating, bro. Devastating. I don't know him personally, but Facebook. But it's just like, yo, I went to school with that person, bro. Like, and his mom's like, like it's crazy, bro. And everybody was scared about the Dream Act. All the dreamers.
Right.
What was gonna happen because the best man at my wedding is a dreamer, bro. You know what I mean? Like, bro, to see him, like he lived here, I don't think he even knows Spanish, and it's just like, well, what is he gonna do? Is he just gonna have to find a whole other life? It sucks, bro. I mean, that's one of those things where it's like you can go to each extreme, but you won't find the answer, kind of thing.
Yeah,
you know, it's sort of like a case by case thing that you have to do, but we don't have the resources to do that. I don't think anybody does.
Yeah.
True story.